everyone, I am Ankita and this is the second video in my series of videos regarding fitness. Hope you guys are having a lovely festive weekend along with food and family, and none of y'all are dieting and none of y'all have missed out on the amazing goodies that this festive season has to offer. In the first video, we spoke about total daily energy expenditure. In case you've missed out on that, I am sharing the link below in the description box in this video. What is total daily energy expenditure? It is nothing but all the energy that your body spends in the entire course of the day to support your bodily functions. This could mean your active workouts as well as other activities like sleeping or eating or walking or digesting your food and the likes. Also, there is a TDEE calculator which will help you gauge the number of calories that your body spends in the entire day. Again, I am sharing the link of the calculator below in the description box here. What you need to do is enter your weight, your height, your bodily activities in terms of how active you are or how moderately active you are, and your gender. Basis these details, what the calculator will do is throw up the number of calories that you need to do to sustain your daily life. What essentially is weight loss now? Weight loss is nothing but calorie deficit. So here I would just like to emphasize that do not mix up weight loss and fitness. We are purely talking about weight loss for someone who is completely out of their normal body weight range that is recommended for their height and for their gender. So weight loss is nothing but calorie deficit. Now, how do you go about creating this calorie deficit? So you are able to create calorie deficit by two ways. One is either you eat less, or second is obviously you burn more. In terms of eating less and burning more, both of these need to be done in moderation. For some reason, we are fixated with extremes, so either we would not do anything, or when we do something, we'd go all out. But moderation is the key here, because moderation is the only thing which will help you get consistency. So if you're going to start with, you're going to start on the fourth gear, you will give up very soon. So be in the second gear and be there and keep doing that every single day. Now, how do you really calculate the amount of food that you're eating or the amount of calories that you're eating in the entire day? So there are a lot of apps available in the market which help you do that. However, the one that I use for my weight loss journey is Healthify Me app. I'm going to be sharing a link of the same in the description box below in the video. This is available on Play Store, and there's a free version as well as there's a premium version. I have been using the free version all along. So once you download the app, what you will find out is it again asks you for your basic details like your current weight, your gender, your height, and your workout intensity. Basis that, it will suggest the number of calories that you are supposed to eat. Again, the goal defined in this app is different. So you will find goals like gain weight or lose weight, or gain fat, gain muscle. So basis whatever your goal is, you need to define that, and basis that, it will give you the number of calories that you need to eat. Now the beauty about this app is basis the goal that is there, the number of calories would differ, and along with the number of calories, your macros would also differ. So for someone who is wanting to gain muscle, the protein component within those 1600 calories or 1700 calories, there may be more protein component and less carbs and less of fat or fiber. So basis your end goal, it will help you, it'll adjust the numbers accordingly. Now in terms of calorie deficit, say for example, for my weight, if I want to lose weight and I am given a 1600 calorie diet a day. Now the weight I can achieve is one by having 4 McDonald's burgers. One burger is about 400 calories, and I ideally still should lose weight. However, this is not the correct approach, because a burger may not have all the macro and micronutrients required for you to carry out your daily functions in a healthy manner or have a healthy lifestyle. So that is the reason why these apps are essential and why macros are essential in terms of tracking your diet. So I'll be doing a separate video with screenshots in terms of how to use that app, where to input what, how to log in your meals. However, here we'll talk more about the science or the biology or the math behind this. So, like I said, for a certain for a certain height, there would be a weight range. So, for my height, the weight range is about 54 to 66 kilos. Now, you'd wonder, why is the weight range that large? And do we take it that someone who's a 54 kilo individual is as healthy as someone who's a 66 kilo individual? Please understand that the normal weight ranges that are there, which are attached to any height, are weight ranges across the world, and these are basis different ethnicities and different age groups. So if you see the chart, it will only have two components, which is your height and your gender. Along with these two components, there are a lot of other variants that go into deciding your bodily composition and eventually your weight. So, for a general and a safe assumption, what you could say is, if your range is between 54 and 66, you could maybe narrow it down to say, I would, try and do a 58 to 62 when you're first starting out. Once you start out with your weight range in terms of saying that, I need to be anywhere between 58 and 62, is the time where you start logging in your meals on the app. Now, earlier what I did was, I used to complete my meals, and then I used to update all the meals eaten or all the food eaten at the end of the day or the next day. The biggest error in doing this was that I used to forget all the small bites that I had eaten during the course of the day, which were not a part of my regular meal, or the leftovers that I had from my child's plate. Also, the portions would vary a lot, and this would not give me accurate numbers. So the way I started using the app is, we generally carry our phone everywhere that we go. So as soon as I finished a meal, so say I finished breakfast, I would immediately log in what I have eaten then. If I have taken a bite here and there apart from my fixed meals, I would also log that here. And what you'd soon realize once you start logging is that those small bites that are taken in the entire day, and those leftovers that are eaten, and that one cookie or the one bite of cake, all of that eventually adds up to the 200, 300, or 400 calories, the deficit that you're essentially trying to create. I am in no way again propagating that you do not eat the cookie and do not eat the cake. All I'm trying to say is that account for it in your planned meals. Do not have them as a one-off binge or a cheat meal. So you feel like having a piece of cake, ensure that your evening snack is replaced with that piece of cake and maybe a bowl of yogurt to balance it out. So the idea behind the app is to make you more accountable in terms of what you are really eating in the entire day. Now the second segment is how to track the calories that you burn while you work out. Because once you download Healthify Me, you'll realize that it'll ask you to log in all your meals, which will essentially help you the input or the amount of calories that you're consuming. It will also give you the number of calories that you're supposed to burn while doing a workout. This number is something that I am really finicky about, because the trackers, apps, none of them will give you the actual absolute number. So in terms of workout, I'd like to say that, just do an intense workout about 40 minutes a day. A workout, the intensity of the workout should be such that you are completely satisfied at the end of the workout, and you do not feel the need of a second workout because you say that the first one was not as effective or was not as intensive. So basically, there are trackers, there are smartwatches available. So I got myself this one after 6 months of being consistent. However, I still primarily use this for my runs and for my walks and jogs, because it helps me get the path, get the pace, and the other statistics that are attached to a walk or a run. In terms of weight training or in terms of other activities, I don't really take these numbers very, very seriously, because the accuracy could obviously vary a bit here and there. So long as you are satisfied with the workout, so long as you are gradually lifting more, or you're running more, these are the factors which will help you determine that yes, you are getting fitter along with the weight loss. So more about fitness and more about the workouts in the next video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe if you have liked the content so far, and I ensure you'll not be disappointed with what's in store for you next. Thank you.